Hi, my name is Monica Patterson, and I am a nurse. I work here in Los Angeles. I live in Long Beach, California, and I'm new to FasterEFT.
How did you first learn about FasterEFT?
I had a deadline at work. It was a project, and it was a huge project. At least I thought it was huge. And I was stuck, and I could not move past it. I would stare at the computer and like for hours and not do one of the assignments. And so I was getting more anxious about it, and I decided I need to use this time that I'm spending 10 hours looking at the screen with no progress, and I need to start looking for help. So I got in it, and I decided that I was going to look for help with procrastination. So I was reading a lot of things. I read about EFT. There were a lot of steps. It was kind of confusing, and I wanted something fast. So FasterEFT totally caught my attention. And so, but there are thousands of videos on FasterEFT, and I'm like, no, I need to look through and just look for procrastination. So I found the procrastination video, and it was actually 11 o'clock. It was close to midnight. I had been at the computer for almost all day, and I started tapping. It was really easy. It was just tap, 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 peace. I did that. All of a sudden, I felt energized to do one assignment. And I'm talking about patients that I need to move into a new system, a computer system. So I decided to do one evaluation, and I was happy about it. I went to bed. Next morning, I woke up happy, and I said, well, this worked. So right after my meditation, because I meditate every day, I said, well, I'm going to tap for the procrastination and see how I do. Well, I went to work, and that was the most productive day that I had in months. So I think that day I did 5 evaluations, and people were like, how did you do that? It takes such a long time. How can you sit there for hours and hours and do it? And are you kidding me? You've done 5? What have you taken? And I started explaining that I'm doing FasterEFT. Tap, 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 right? Well, I continued to tap on the procrastination, and just in case there was any remnants, because as days went by, I kept doing 5 and 10, and my boss was at this point pretty upset with all of us because we were all procrastinating. And so he said, okay, guys, you have until December 31st to get this accomplished or else. So I decided to put a deadline on myself. I was going to take a trip to Peru, where I'm from, and that was September. And I said, you know, I want to be happy on my vacation. I don't want to be thinking about this deadline thing. And so I am going to just finish it somehow, and I'm going to see how many I can do a day. And by the end of August, and then I'm going to put it in writing and give it to my boss. I'm going to say, this is my goal. I will do so many a week, and by August 31st, I will be done. So my trip to Peru was in September the 6th. August 30th, I walked into my boss's office, and I said, look at your computer and see that everybody is in the system and everything is finalized. My colleagues are amazed, jealous, they're envious, they just want to know how I did it. And this is all about FasterEFT. It just really changed my attitude about the problem. And it gave me, it energized me. It gave me, I think, the belief that I can do these things and remove the blocks. And this is without knowing anything about how it works. This is just very simple, just by tapping, 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 and repeating the 13 words, and that's how it worked. So what I'm planning on doing is I just finished level 1, and I'm going to take it to work, and I'm just going to send an email saying, whoever wants to get done with this project, come see me, and we'll tap it out.
So we are at the tail end of the level 1 certification training. How was that for you, and how was Robert's teaching style?
Wonderful, wonderful. His style is so down to earth. He makes it easy. He goes right down to the nitty-gritty, what I need to know in order for it to work. I come from a scientific background as a nurse. I've learned that I don't need to know all the, how we work with trees and things, and if we don't do this step, then the patient might be hurt. So we don't need that with FasterEFT. Very simple. On day 1, one of my classmates tapped on me, and I had been having a shoulder problem where my range of motion was very limited, and it was very painful. And so I would spread my arm, and from 0 to 10, the pain was at 9. I remember I could not go anymore, and I was like, Well, she tapped. By the end of the tapping session, which was probably about, 45 minutes, with all the other stuff that would come up, she tapped on the pain, and we tested it, and this is my range of motion now. Okay, this is touching the wall, and I have no pain.
Wow.
I have no pain. Totally sold on this. I went home, talked to a friend, and she was having a problem. I noticed that she was bothered by something. So we started tapping, and we started with some easy problem that she had, and we started tapping, and started shaking my leg, and all of a sudden she blew up. She just started crying. She was wondering what was going on, and her stress level was really high, and just by tapping and saying the 13 words that I had learned that first day, her stress level came down to 0, and we tested it again. I shake my leg, that doesn't bother her anymore. So it works that fast. So I totally, absolutely recommend this course to anyone who just wants to be happy.
Wow. How do you see this applying to the medical profession, from your nursing perspective?
From my nursing, as nurses, of course, we are very stressed out. We need, sometimes we run into crisis that we need to fix quickly. We don't have time to go in and sit at a therapist's chair for 7 years. We need something that is going to take care of that adrenaline fast. In my type of job, being a case manager with clients that have HIV and AIDS, I walk into their homes and I find crisis after crisis. And I need to unload and get rid of all this fast. This is what FasterEFT is all about. It will put me back into that peaceful place quickly so that I can be more effective with my clients.
Nice, thank you. Anything else you wanted to share?
I'm coming back.
Good. We'll look forward to having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.